Hi everyone, welcome back from spring break. I hope that you guys had a relaxing time, maybe got to get some things done or spend some time with your family. I know that's what we did. I wanted to just send out a video to let everybody know our plans for April and May for our algebra class. I'm really excited. You guys have made it through a very challenging year in any right? Taking a high school level class as a middle schooler, it's a big deal, and you guys have made it here and successfully. So I'm very proud of you all. And then put on top of it all the other things that we and the world are dealing with, and you guys, you're just amazing. So we're kind of in the home stretch here, honestly. So let's talk about what's going to happen in April. We are going to have our regular Class Connect schedule and our play posits on Thursday. So none of that will change. Just what we talk about in those classes will change, but your schedule is going to stay the same. Let me move my face. We do have a new session schedule because Miss Jadala actually, some of you may have heard that she went out on maternity leave because she had a beautiful baby girl. So we're so happy for her. That just does change the extra session schedule a little bit. And here it is here below. We're going to have a session at 3 o'clock on Mondays, and I'm going to be doing that one. It'll be office hours slash end of course review or SOL review. And then on Tuesdays, you guys are going to get a chance to work with another teacher, Miss Kraft. She's one of our 8th grade teachers who has also taught algebra. So Miss Kraft is going to have a session at 1:30 for you guys on, again, end of course SOL review. Something new this month as well is that I have a regular Thursday 9 o'clock session. And what I'm doing is I'm going to be inviting everyone to that session. It'll be completely optional for those of you who don't already attend that class. So if you are able to and you want to and you can make that session, then you're welcome to. We'll be reviewing for the SOL. And if you're not able to, then we will have a recording from that session. So just another opportunity. And for those students who are already in that class, it will just give you guys an opportunity to interact more with some other students that are in your grade. So just kind of something we're trying there for that 9 a.m. Thursday session. You'll see it on your Class Connect schedule to click through if you can and if you want to. But again, those recordings will also be available. Then also in April, we're going to have review assignments for a grade. So you may have noticed that you've completed all of the OMHS work soon. I think like Monday and Tuesday is like your last day of that. Unit 6 will be done. So for the rest of April, we're going to be having assignments that go along with our review Class Connects. And those assignments are going to be in Class Kick, Go Formative, OMHS, Desmos, and more. So there'll be things that I put together for you guys that go along with those review sessions. And then down here, let me fix that. In May, I just wanted to point out that if you are taking the SOL, that happens on May 6th. It's a Thursday. And then for the rest of May, we'll be doing a sneak peek into geometry. So you'll have one video a week and then one practice assignment a week based on geometry standards. And I'll be here if you guys need anything. But our last day of regular Class Connect is April 30th. So it's kind of exciting, right? Like I said, we're coming to the end of it all. So we're going to take a quick OMHS tour. I just want to show you guys where some of these resources are going to be for you. So when you log into your OMHS here, over here on classes, mine's going to look different than yours. I just have all my math classes that I teach, but you'll have all your classes. So go ahead and click our class. And hopefully you guys have come to our class this way before, I hope. Because I know a lot of students like to use the plan or schedule tab. Excuse me. So here's sort of the main page where you'll see announcements that I've put up here. But I want you guys to go to content. This is where everything in our course lives. It's kind of like a file system. Along the left-hand side, you're going to see all the files for semester 2, if you will. So one thing I want to point out for our sessions moving forward, there's still a session, right? So it's still class with me. So you're still going to come here to class with Miss Winslow. But there's a new folder now, and it's called SOL Review Session Guided Notes. So remember, we have our play posit notes and we have our live class notes. They decided to sort of just make their own little folder. So when you click in here, they'll be listed by date for you guys to grab those notes if you want to use them. I'm also going to put them on your plan for you to click that morning and print them if you want to use them. So the other really big thing here is the end of course test review resources. I say it's big and you're like, it's just one link. So click the link and that's going to take you to the external algebra site. I'll fix that. I'll just click go home that I've created for you guys. This has been here all year. Hopefully you've used it a little bit, if not a lot of it. So if you go over here on the left-hand side, you'll see end of course test review. So these are all of our resources for you guys to review, whether you're taking the SOL or you're just preparing for our final exam. And more information on the exam to come in this recording. So here you're going to find some information. I want you guys to read through it about the Desmos calculator. We've been talking about that all year. You're going to have your session schedule, which I'm going to show you, the formula sheet, and some amazing review guides. So here's our first resource, review session schedule. So if you just click to open that, you'll see I have it all mapped out for you guys by date, time, and topic. So you still need to come to your required Class Connect sessions. So let's say I see you guys on Tuesdays. Then I just wanted you to know that on Tuesday at various times, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to review regression for 30 minutes, and then we're going to have SOL review for the last 30 minutes. And if you come to my Tuesday, Thursday classes, then there's the Tuesday, Thursday topic. But then you'll see all the other optional session topics. So let's say you're like, man, I really did not do well on solving equations. Where are we covering that? Oh, here it is, solving equations. I'm going to make sure I'm definitely going to watch this recording. And so you can kind of use this as a menu or a guide if you're having issues in a particular area. But I don't want you to get confused. Everyone's still coming to their required class connects, and we're all still doing the required play posits. There's just some extra opportunities for you there. So once those sessions occur, I'll put the recording link here. So even if you missed it and you didn't think you wanted it, but you take a practice test and you're like, oh man, I need to review that, you can just come back to this schedule and click on that recording link. After you come to the session or watch the recording, if you want more practice, there are links here for each topic that we covered for you guys to practice more. And then of course I'm going to link the guided notes here as well. But I showed you another place you can find those. So this is our schedule until the end of April. So the next resource I want to point you to is the formula sheet here. You guys have seen it. You're able to use it on anything in our class. It's not very big. There's not a lot of formulas for algebra. But we do have that quadratic formula here, which I know that we've learned recently. So it's nice to know you don't have to, memorize that. We just need to know how to use it. So I always recommend that you guys print this, have it at your workstation so you get comfortable using it. You'll get a copy of this at the SOL if you're taking it. All right, and some other great resources over here on the right-hand side. This is our class recording tracker. So when you click this document, it takes you to all the recordings from the whole year that we've done with Ms. Jadala, with me, with Play Posits, with everything. And it's listed by topic. There are some in-session links that were shared. So this is basically like your year in a spreadsheet. So you can always come back and watch these for extra review or, practice on a very particular topic. Like, ooh, GCF. I'm going to go back to that one and watch that recording. So that's there for you guys. Go back to the website. There's an interactive website here. You guys know that on the SOL there are multiple choice questions. There are also technology enhanced questions. And these are things like click a point on the line, find the x-intercept, and they want you to actually click it, or drag and drop, or fill in the blank, or things like that. So there are things that are not multiple choice. If you click this link, it will take you to a site where you can practice questions like that. And we're algebra, so I'm going to come over here and click algebra. And here they are. You're like, oh, I think I'm going to practice solving equations. So you can click that. And there you go. You have a fill in the blank solving equations question based on algebra. So just another really great resource. And then here is SOL review by topic. This is a site that actually one of our other teachers found from another school, and we're definitely giving them credit. This is from Virginia Beach Public Schools, and it's amazing. They've just put all their resources together in a really beautiful way. So if you come here, you'll see all of our standards listed. And I know that sometimes the standards, you're like, what's that? Like A1? And I get that. So there is like a slight description here. But also, I put those standards on that sheet for you guys. Remember here, I put it with also a description, like A1, verbal translations and evaluating. So even after you come to this session, like, okay, I need more help on that. What was that called again? Oh yeah, A1. So you can come to this site and click on this and then click on A1 and it'll bring you to lots of resources. There are videos on how to do that topic. More videos, more videos. There are links to the IXL practice. Remember, if you don't have an IXL account, then it will let you do, I think it's 10 free a day. So that's good. You can practice 10 questions per day on a topic of your choice. Then there's some additional practice here, just some questions that were put together and created, and an answer key. It's always good to have an answer key so you can just make sure that you're doing it right, and that you understand. So again, this is a really great resource for that. Let's get back to our website here. Those are those 3 links over here. When you scroll down even further, you will find sort of a big sort of end of course honker review that I've put together. So let me open this and show you guys. And I'm going to let you read this on your own. There's some tips, there's some tricks, there's some, not tricks. You know I don't do tricks. That just came out. There's basically more like tips along the line, hints, that's better. Hints on calculator things and different ways that we remembered how to do things. I like the Desmos tips section. That just helps you remember what we can use that calculator for. Remember, you can use the calculator in the whole class, but just like, oh yeah, I can do that in the calculator. So you'll have SOL type questions, again, listed by standard. So you can always go to that sheet and say, I need more help on that. Oh, here it is, A1. And I don't know about you, I would likely do this on another piece of paper. Like there's obviously not enough room here. Like if you were to print this, I honestly would not print this. This is 45 pages long. I'd probably have this open on my screen and have some scratch paper and just working out the problem and putting the answer on my paper. So then I can go to the answer key, which I had fun doing, and check my work. And this also includes TEI questions, that more of those technology enhanced items, questions that are not multiple choice. And there's also a handy checklist at the end of each standard. If you're like, okay, I think I definitely have that, I'm gonna check that off. And you could maybe circle the areas you want to practice more. This is just full of practice. Here, and you'll see the review by topic answer key. Here's the answer key to that document. And I don't want you guys to go straight to this. Obviously, I want you to try it on your own, right? Because that's going to give you the best help and the best indicator of where you're at. But once you're done, or even if you've tried and you get stuck, you definitely come here and be like, okay, the answer is supposed to be D. You know, check your work there. All right, and then the last resource on this page might be one of the most important. So when you open this page here, I don't know if you guys have heard or remember the term Test Nav. So Test Nav is the Virginia site that Virginia Department of Education uses to give us those SOL tests. You'll click this link and it will take you to a practice environment. So it's going to look exactly like it will look on test day. You do not need a username or a password. Simply come here and click on SOL practice items. When you click on that, you can see you can practice all kinds of SOLs, but we're going to practice our math SOL, and you want to pick the latest version given. That's the latest version that they have put out, 2016. I'm expecting them to update that soon. Then we're going to click Algebra 2016 and click Start. And then you will see literally what it's going to look like on test day. Of course, the questions will be different. But the one thing about this site And I never understood why, and I even reached out to them and asked, and the response they gave me was kind of confusing. It didn't make much sense, but they don't give you the answers. They don't score the test for you. So I have an answer key here for you guys. So as you're taking that practice test, NAV test, again, make sure you're recording your answers on a piece of paper, and so you can check your answers here. Those are the answers, all circled for you to double check your work. But the thing I love about TestNav, again, is that it's going to give you the best, actually the exact experience of what you would feel on test day, except different questions. You can get used to all the technology tools, like there's a strike through tool. And we're going to do this in class a little bit as well, but I want you guys to have access to do it on your own. You'll see where to find the Desmos calculator that's embedded in TestNav. So all of that stuff you're going to want to check out. The other thing, a heads up, I think it's super fancy. When you guys go into USA Test Prep, you know, we just recently had a benchmark test. If you go to assignments, you're going to see some practice assignments that I've assigned for you. These are optional, and they are based on your last benchmark assessment. They're based on the areas where you guys might need more improvement. Now, if you got 100, then it will assign just some extra practice in various areas. But if you got less than 100, then it picks those areas that you missed and assigns it based on that. So you can just click here and begin, and they're practice. And I love this because, again, it's tailored. Like, it's very specific to each student. So again, it's based on that last benchmark test that you guys took. And you should have 3 to 5 in there, depending on your score. Again, those are optional there for you. But wait, there's more. I wanted to show you guys a way that you can do that on your own for any class, for any test that you've taken in USA Test Prep. Maybe you didn't know you could do this. If you go to graded work, you can go down and click on the last test that you took. Like if you want to practice more on the algebra benchmark, or maybe even the ELA one with Ms. Robertson, or science, or whatever. Like I said, you can do this with anything. Just click view over here. And when you click view, you'll view your score, you'll view your results, but the biggest powerhouse that I think a lot of students miss is over here. It gives you how you did per sort of area, category. And if you click expressions and operations, like if you click that link, this will appear. And you can practice based on that specific standard and how you did in that standard. So I think that's pretty powerful because, again, it's based on your test, your results. All you do is click on the test you want to view. When you get to that test, you can click, you can even do it by standard if you wanted to, or just category. And let's say, you know, I just grabbed this one, but if this had like a 50, that'd be a good area to practice, right? So you would click on that link and it would bring you to practice questions, videos, and games based on that topic. So some of you might be dying to know about the semester exam. We do have a semester 2 exam. It's going to be on April 26th. It's a Monday, due by 11:59 that day. I'll definitely probably put it available to you guys sooner than that. So if you wanted to complete it sooner, you could. It's not there yet, but I'll let you know when it happens. But it definitely needs to be done by the end of that day. There's going to be around 25 to 30 questions. It will be in your OMHS. I know we have various places we take tests in our class, right? STAR, USA Test Prep. This will be in your OMHS. It's semester 2 material only, and it counts for 15% of your semester 2 grade. So this is all just sort of review. This has been in your syllabus, and we've talked about it all year. It mirrors exactly how the semester 1 exam went. And just a reminder, you can use your formula sheet and your Desmos calculator, and then all those materials that I just showed you for reviewing, you can use those for reviewing for this test as well. We do have an exemption opportunity. You cannot have any zeros on assignments that were assigned after 3/26. So remember, 3/26 was our last end date. So we can't go back to those assignments. So if for some reason you had a 0 on one of those assignments, I'm not going to mark you off for that for this. So you just need to have all of your assignments turned in since March 26th. If you're in the honors program, you do need to have all your projects turned in by April 16th. So you can't have any zeros on these assignments. You do have to have an A average for the semester. So an A average and general assignments in by April 22nd. So this date here, March 26th, was referencing anything assigned after that date. So everything needs to be turned in by the 22nd. This is not the end date, so I don't want anybody to get confused. This is the date to be considered for exemption because I need to go ahead and tell you if you're exempt or not so you don't have to take the test. So everything for you guys needs to be in the 22nd if you're looking for exemption status. And I'll notify you guys that Friday via email if you're exempted from the exam. So I know that this was only a quick 20-minute video, but it had a lot of information in it. So if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to reply to this email, reach out, text, phone call, anything. Happy to answer questions. We'll be talking about this in class more as well, but I wanted to make sure to get you guys this out in a consolidated video, both for you and your learning coaches. I'm excited to see you guys next week. Have a great weekend.